Alright guys, Tim Sacre here, and welcome to a brand new video for the channel. Yes, as you can see, this is the Adventures of Timoshi's story. This is the origin of my character, Tim Sacre Gaming. You know, my channel. And this is how he becomes the god he is today. So, without further ado guys, let's get into the story and let us begin. In the year 737, at a planet called Reptilicus, a young boy called Timoshi was born. And he was born with a power level that couldn't even be read by a power reading machine. And so he was designated with a power level of only 500. With his true birth power level being, with his true power level, with a power, let me do this again. So he was designated at birth with a power level of only 500, with his true birth power level of 1,000. And that is the smallest power level a reptilian warrior could have. And that was a request that came from his father Adrian to the doctors of the nursing ward in the Royal Hospital. And Adrian makes this request so that the king wouldn't dispose of his son and throw him into an incinerator. But that's how things are on planet Reptilicus. And it had been that way since the Saiyans were wiped out 1,200 years ago. And that's because the reptilians were 10 times stronger than the Saiyans. And the reptilians took over planet Vegeta, and then Reptilicus I renames the planet after himself and ruled the planet for 200 years before his son took over. And if a warrior is considered weak, they are disposed of and killed. It was pretty cruel, but always effective. But this planet didn't have a lower or elite class system. It was either you were strong at birth or you die. Pretty bad if you think about it. If you think about the way that planet Reptilicus is, it's kind of a messed up planet in a way. But okay, so let's continue with the story. But no one knew that Timoshi was actually stronger than anyone on the planet. Also, it turns out that reptilians can live for thousands of years. And they can also survive in the vacuum of space. And then a few weeks later, the evil tyrant Koru came to the planet to claim the young Prince Reptilicus IV. And he said, "Well, King Reptilicus, you know our deal, as I came 5 years ago, and I wanted your son to help me conquer worlds for me. I know that, but I won't let you take my son. I'll kill you, you damn animal." Well, the king attacked Koru, and he saw that it did absolutely nothing to him. And Koru just laughed at him and aimed his attack at the king and killed him with a black flare attack. That attack made Koru very, very angry, and then he decided to take 3 reptilian warriors with him and make them his personal slaves and have them conquer worlds for him. And these 3 reptilians were Prince Reptilicus IV, the leader of the Reptilian Royal Army Logan, and Timoshi's older brother Leon. Koru then left with the 3 reptilians and his men, and then ordered all reptilians back to the planet within 2 months, because he decided that he was going to destroy the planet, because he was afraid that someone might become the fabled super reptilian one day. Oh, pretty crazy if you ask me. And then 2 months later, Timoshi's father and his team had I can actually edit this while I'm reading, which is good. Had finally completed a mission, and then they are finally ready to return home to their loved ones. But Adrian noticed that his team was dead. Huh? What the hell is going on? Who the hell killed my team? One of Koru's men then said he was the one who killed his team and said that all filthy lizards deserve it. And after the Koru soldier told Adrian this, he gets angry and kills the men and rushes home. And Adrian then remembers that 2 months ago, Koru came to the planet and killed the king and took the prince. So now it fell to him to defend the planet. And so he rushes home and finds Timoshi still in his nursing pod. And then he tells his wife Sarah, who is actually the angel Vados, that they need to send Timoshi to Earth, where he'll be safe and live a life free of Koru's fury. Adrian then puts his son in a pod and lays in the course for planet Earth, as that planet is weak and off Koru's radar. And then after 2 months, Koru finally arrives to blow up the planet and says, "These filthy lizards have been a thorn in my side for far too long and need to be exterminated. So destroying the world will do it." Do you like my voice for Koru? That's the voice he's gonna have anyway. It's pretty cool. And then the pod containing Timoshi left the planet. And then Adrian says his last farewells and charges at Koru. But he gets caught up in the giant ball of death that Koru threw at the planet. "Farewell, my son. May we meet again, but not before you become the strongest man in the multiverse." Koru then laughs at seeing the planet explode, and so do his men. And then they go back to his ship, and then they leave. 2 hours later, after the celestial dust cleared up, we can see that Adrian has survived the blast, as he is actually the Grand Master of the multiverse, and he is also the ruler of all 19 universes. And this universe is the main universe for this story, and its number is Universe 1. And then he calls for the leader of the gods of destruction, Anubis, and the high angel Whis to his side. And then they both say, What can we do? What can we do for you, my lord? I need you to watch over my son and see how he lives his life from now on, and never tell him that I am his father or that Vados is his mother. That is until he is ready to know." They both nod in agreement. They then leave to go back to the realm of the gods. Within the 2 hours after planet Reptilicus was destroyed by the evil Emperor Koru, the 3 reptilians hear about the planet's destruction, and Logan says, "Well, Prince Reptilicus, it looks like planet Reptilicus was destroyed, and it seems that Koru was the one to destroy it." Reptilicus looks at Logan angrily and says, "I know that, Logan, you fool. We need to come up with a plan to kill Koru, so that I can take over his empire and rule the entire galaxy." Oh, and Leon, did you have a younger brother called Timoshi that was sent to Earth? Leon says that he does, but he tells Reptilicus that he's a weakling and isn't worth their time. But they will go to Earth in 25 years' time and recruit him. But if he refuses to join them, they will kill him. They then continue the mission that Koru gave them, all the while coming up with a plan to kill Koru and his entire race. We're going to continue from here, guys. About 3 months go by, and Timoshi's pod finally lands on Earth. And it lands in the great forest of Jura, in the monster country of Tempest. And that country is ruled by a slime called Rimuru. And then an old man called Son Goku finds the pod. This story is going to feature anime characters as well and many other franchise characters, but later on you'll notice that I changed some of the names. finds the pod. And that country is ruled by a slime called Rimuru. And then an old man called Son Goku finds the pod. And then sees a baby in it. And then he takes out the baby. Then he takes out the baby out of his pod and takes him back home. And then he tries to give him many different names, but they are all refused. And then he sees a purple tag on the young boy's shirt. You can see that the tag says the name, that name. Oh no. Let me just adjust this a moment. There we go. It says the name Timoshi. And that's the name Goku settles on. And then Goku notices that the boy has a tail that has scales. And wonders why does it look so weird. But then again, he lives in a kingdom ruled by a slime monster. And a few months would pass. Then a few months pass, and old man Goku takes Timoshi to see the King of Tempest. And Ranga says, "Rrrr. Who the hell is this kid you have with you, Son Goku? This boy is called Timoshi, and I found him all alone in the outskirts of the forest. So I decided to take him and raise him as my grandson." Ranga then allows Grandpa Goku to see the king and asks if Timoshi is allowed to live in the kingdom, and Rimuru agrees with this and lets Timoshi live in the kingdom. And then 5 years pass on by, and within those 5 years, Grandpa Goku passed away due to old age, and Shion then decided that she would raise the boy as her own son, as that was the request that came from Grandpa Goku. And Timoshi actually liked living with Shion and the other monsters in the city of Rimuru. But when he turned 6 years old, he decided that he was going to go and live. He would go and live in the house that he and Grandpa Goku lived in. So 6 more years go on by, and now Timoshi is a 12-year-old boy. And within those 6 years, and through rigorous training, he has gotten extremely strong, and his power level is now at 4,500, and that is that's pretty strong for a kid his age. And that was only in his base form. And also, in those years, people from Tempest would occasionally visit the young reptilian and give him an allowance of 50,000 berries a month. And Timoshi would always spend half of it on food and clothes, and then the leftover money he would save for future spends. And so then a few months go by, and Timoshi is out looking for food to eat. And then he hears a noise. No, then he hears a strange noise coming his way. And then he sees a strange metallic object heading his way. And the vehicle is about to hit Timoshi head on, but he manages to dodge it. And then he says, "Whoa, that thing nearly hit me. Lucky for me, I have quick reflexes. But what the hell is that thing?" And a 16-year-old blonde-headed girl, then exits the car, and she looks at her Dragon Radar and sees that there is a Dragon Ball in this location. They're actually known as wishing orbs, but for now they'll be called Dragon Balls, but they're actually called wishing orbs. Actually, let's change that right now. Oh, excuse me. and an orb trader, and sees that there is a wishing orb. In this location. There's a Dragon Ball here. There's a Dragon Ball near here, and that's about 2 miles down the road. The girl said, and Timoshi sees her, and notices that she is very cute. As Timoshi thought to himself, and said, "Hey, you're a very cute-looking girl. And what's that thing you ride?" The girl then smacked Timoshi in the face. No, I thought that was quite funny how I added that, because what he said came across as being rude. What? Have you seen a car before? And hey, kid, you gotta watch what you got to watch what you say when you around people you've just met for the first time. He then tells her he's never seen a car before, as the Kingdom of Tempest doesn't have vehicles. And Timoshi then nods and then asks for her name. And then she tells him that she is called Lucy Hartfilia, and that she then asked Timoshi for his name, and he told her that his name was Timoshi. And then he asked her why was she here in the forest of Chura. And then she told him that she was looking for the wishing orbs so that she could wish to have a lifetime of supply of ice cream. Timoshi actually likes the idea of Lucy's wish, and then asks, "Do you mind if I come with you on your journey to collect the wishing orbs?" And Lucy says yes. He can come with her, and then she notices the 4-star ball sitting underneath a picture of Grandpa Goku, and she then goes to grab it, but is stopped by Timoshi, who says that this is the only thing he has to remember his grandpa by. And then she gets an idea to show him her underwear. If you let me borrow that ball, I'll let you see my underwear. Timoshi then thinks for a few minutes, but then he declines her offer and says he doesn't want to see her underwear, as he knows what a girl's underwear looks like, as he's seen Shion's underwear before while rooting through her underwear drawer. And then Lucy gets angry and goes to slap Timoshi on the cheek, but he just dodges Lucy's slap effortlessly. Quite effortlessly. And then Lucy shows him her underwear anyway, but Timoshi is shocked to find out she isn't wearing any underwear. Isn't wearing any. And then goes into his bedroom and comes out with a pair of female underwear and says, "Here, Lucy, put these on, as you're not wearing knickers." I would say panties, but knickers sounds better. Lucy then blushes, and then thanks Timoshi for his kindness, and puts on the underwear, and she then kisses Timoshi on the cheek as a thank you. So Timoshi blushes, and they finally leave on their as a thank you. So Timoshi then blushes, and then they leave, and they finally leave on their adventure to locate the 7 wishing orbs. After Timoshi said that he would look after the 4-star ball. And after 4 days of traveling, they come across a girl called Tamari, and notice that she is being chased by some mountain bandits. And she sees both Lucy and Timoshi and asks for their help, and she needs to get back to her master's island after doing some shopping. And so Timoshi easily defeats the bandits, and then the bandits run off, and then they escort Tamari back to the beach, and then Tamari thanks them and goes and fetches her master so that he can give them each a reward. And then they come back, and Timoshi sees a face he hasn't seen in 4 years. And he runs up to the old man and hugs him and says, "Hello, Roshi. It's good to see you again. Likewise, Timoshi. How is life outside of Tempest?" And Timoshi tells Roshi his story, and Tamari also remembers Timoshi, and they have a very tender reunion. And then they are interrupted by Lucy Hotfilia, who sees a wishing orb around Roshi's neck. So then she asks Roshi if he would hand over the ball, but Roshi, being who he is, and is about to ask a very perverted thing, and Tamari knows what the old master is about to ask, and so she just hits him over the head and knocks him out, apologizing to Lucy and handing her the ball. Also, Timoshi receives the Nimbus Cloud from Roshi, and Roshi is surprised to see that the young boy is able to ride it, because he can't. And Lucy tries to ride it, but she falls straight through, because she is impure, as her desire for a lifetime supply of ice cream is a fake wish, and her real wish is to wish for a boyfriend. And also Roshi can't ride the cloud either, and Tamari also tries to ride the Nimbus, but she also falls straight through it. I think I'll leave it there, guys. This will be the first episode of my Adventures of Timoshi's story. I thought I'd introduce some new characters and stuff like that, but then we have the villains that are going to be introduced as well later on in the episodes. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this first look at the Timoshi story. I really hope that you enjoy watching these episodes. I'll literally be only uploading these once a week. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed this first episode, and as you can see, there are 263 pages. This goes through until I believe Timoshi is he's 20 years old at the end of this part, so I've still got some extra bits to add, so don't worry about that. I hope you like this video. Leave some comments on it, and don't forget to comment on it, leave some likes. Links will be in the description for my Patreon, Twitter, and also my Instagram as well. There won't be a playlist to this just yet, but eventually I will be uploading more of this series. I'll be uploading what ifs. I'll be doing a lot more stuff for the main channel, and I'll also be doing some stuff on the other channel that I've got. That'll be where I put most of my what ifs, and eventually when I start uploading to that channel, I will be uploading videos to that channel that are basically what ifs. But I haven't decided on what I'm going to do for that yet. I hope you enjoyed this video, and this actually starts the new series that I've got in mind for the Adventures of Timoshi, but it's actually starting off the story time with Tim Sacre. I'm not sure how big Timoshi's youth years is going to be, but this is the first half of the Adventures of Timoshi, so don't forget to check it out when the videos come out, and don't forget to check out all of the content that comes out for this series. I will be doing another playlist that will be going over each of the characters, who they are, what they're doing. Some of them will have names changed. Like you'll understand when we get later on in the series. I'll have to explain exactly which characters have changed. Let me put a full stop here. So that I know exactly which part I've read. No, let me just do something else here. We'll put a 3 exclamation box and then put this. Yeah. So now I know exactly which part that I've actually read, and so I know exactly which part I've done in this video. So don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you can stay up to date with every upload to the channel. Like I said, links will be in the description for my page on Twitter and also my Instagram. So you can check those links out. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. So that'd be pretty handy if you could do that. I'm really looking forward to uploading this. There's not going to be music or anything because there isn't going to be any music. I'll work on the voices for the characters. There might be some recognizable characters. If any of you actually recognize any of these characters, let me know. And this is going to end this episode. So, like I said, don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you can stay up to date with every upload to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe as well. I've been Tim Sacre. And as always, stay true to yourself. And I hope you enjoy these new story videos.